With the emotional and civil unrest because of the George Floyd death on May 25th, 2020, our country has backlashed in waves of riots and protests all over the nation over his death. In particular, the riotings and protests in Seattle in a certain area called Capitol Hill, where the protesters had overthrown the cops and made them disassemble, calling it the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, or the Capitol Hill Organized Protest, otherwise known as CHOP. This is important because in the East Precinct of Capitol Hill, Seattle, this is the only place essentially where the protesters have almost in a way won over the police and the government, creating a self-governing area where the activists and the protesters come together and create their own laws and system of living. The police have been breaking laws, especially the tear gas, where there is supposed to be no use of CS gas for 30 days. The United Nations has actually banned the use of CS gas during wartime situations, but the police continues to use them during the protests. There's been a lot of unfortunate incidents that has happened since the CHOP and Chaz came to play, like unarmed citizens getting beat up with billy clubs, and what has appeared to be a man running through pedestrians and barricades with his car and pulling out his pistol and shooting them. Pretty much all around, the nation has been going through a lot of distress over the George Floyd ordeal, and rioters, Antifa, and a lot of other people have been involved to create a situation that has been of a result over the corrupt police killing George Floyd, an unarmed black man, 46-year-old in Minnesota. I decided to do some investigative journalist work, and I got behind the scenes to go cover the Chaz CHOP situation, where I gave my own look and I interviewed to figure out what they felt and how they felt about the riots, the protests, and about CHOP and Chaz as a whole. So check out this interview and let me know what you guys think. Y'all, I'm Ill Chris, and we're here at the famous CHOP in Capitol Hill on Pine Street, and we're gonna get into what's been going on. So come follow me.
Yeah, there's a march going on, so.
Here, come over here.
I hit his house. I hit the fence side.
Oh! One try?
Wet?
Maybe you got 3 in a row, dude.
I'm just trying not to touch you.
Wet?
Oh! Nice. 3 in a row, bro. That's off the fly, bro. We didn't have to re-record nothing. So I'm in front of the Capitol Hill, Seattle Police Precinct, which now is renamed the People's Precinct. It used to be the East Precinct for the police, but now it's been dismantled, or I guess you could say, and basically now it's the People's Police Department. You can see there's tents in front of it. Pretty much, you can see like there's like a broken glass like to the entrance of it, and I guess my guy Dustin said that there's been cops coming back to take their stuff out of there, more or less, and they've been back, but they haven't been here since the day they've been pushed out, which has been like a week ago.
Like what, 5 days now, I think?
5 days ago, yeah.
4 days ago, something
out,
like that.
and it's been making national news because now it's kind of like a lawless, I guess, area. It's almost like it's its own country right here in Capitol Hill. I'm here with my guy Donnie out here at CHOP, Chaz, whatever you want to call it, Calhoun Park, and I wanted to know what's your whole take on this whole thing?
So it's not even just about like black lives. It's not about white lives. It's not about none of that. It's just about equality for me. And I'm out here for my own personal reasons, because I'm from Houston. I knew George, right? You know what I'm saying? He like growing up, like the Screw tapes, you know, DJ Screw, all them, like he was with that. He was with that.
A lot of people didn't know about that.
Yeah, they didn't know about that, but I knew about that. So it's hard when one of my family members like go down like that. You know, I see everybody from Houston as my family, so it just hurts to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, they don't know why they out here. They just out here smoking like they doing what they do, getting drunk, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not.
You're out here for change.
I'm out here for change, you know what I'm saying? And not that I'm just out here like, oh, Black Lives Matter. I'm trying to show my support and everything, but like, it hurts me because my family's dying, your family's dying. Like, it's not even just about, you know what I'm saying, like that I knew him, like, you know what I'm saying? He's part of my community, part of your community. As a citizen, we should all be mad. Like, anybody who's out here should be mad. Like, if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, that should hurt. Like, it should hurt you. You don't, I'm not gonna, you know, say.
Not a lot of anarchy or some warlord takeover, whatever the media portrays. What you see out here is the activists coming together in tents. You can see that they kind of stay here, and you know, they're just kind of like home. Kind of look around, like you got people throwing football, you got people just standing around hanging out. It's not really what they say it is, you know. You can see they got some lush vegetation growing. I remember a few years ago, Raz had like a whole farming operation that he had started, and he had a lot of people, like even like a lot of my friends in the hood was coming to participate in getting things going on this farm.
The police been doing a lot of bad shit, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm 55 years old, so I've seen a whole lot of shit, okay? And I've been all across America, okay? You think it's bad here? Go down to Chicago and LA and places like that. Yeah, Detroit.
Hey,
I'm from the D, baby. Yeah, 7 Mile, baby. 7 Mile, baby.
Seattle's the only place
yeah, 7 Mile,
took over a
baby.
precinct.
Tell them.
Now, I just found that out, too. I'm gonna tell you like this. See, I'm cleaning this car. They need to clean that precinct out too. Now, guess why the motherfuckers ain't here no more? You know, because everything that happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. Now, why these people doing what they're doing? I don't know. One thing I do know, they know that they're wrong. They know they're wrong.
As a contributing member of society, what's been going on has got to be killing people right now.
I mean, what's been going on is always killing me. It's always killing me. But this is just a moment in time where I find myself useful in very real ways. For instance, the day that there was a shooter here was the day that I happened to buy my own generator and bring my own 1300 watt speaker because I realized that protesters could not hear each other because we were just using megaphones that I invested in.
You've been here since day one, pretty much.
I have been here since on day one. I knew that this shit was fucked up because day one, instead of being with the herd, I'm never going with the herd. I'm always on the perimeter checking what is going on.
Very smart.
And even on day one, there were about 3 groups of protesters doing 3 completely different things. So to be well aware that the CIA, the FBI, the government have always been the people's enemy. Like, they will infiltrate, they will fuck your shit up. Or just Proud Boys. You know, the KKK is real in the US.
Oh, definitely.
They will find you and like hunt you down, and that shit is not okay, it's real.
How do you feel that there's a petition out now to make KKK a terrorist organization?
Of course it is, but you don't even have to call it that. The KKK is the KKK. Sarah Tournay, SarahTornai, and I'm currently working with a group of women, and we are trying to start a grassroots organizing leadership coalition made up of Black women and men.
Yeah, we're at the East Precinct. This is what we took over about 4 or 5 days ago now, I believe. I don't even remember what day it is anymore. But yeah, they got every street blocked off from kind of corner to corner. A couple of the streets you can come down and park about halfway through, but they got security at everyone, kind of armed security as well, medics, making sure people aren't looking suspicious coming in.
Yeah.
And really holding it down.
How many streets is blocked off and from where to where?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much from, I don't even know the streets out here, but shit. Pretty much like,
Cause this is Pike over here.
Yeah. Okay. So Pike. Yeah. Basically Pike to what is that? Olive. Basically Pike to Olive.
And then
in like a rectangle.
Would you say that's 13th that's got the barricade?
Yeah.
And it starts at what, like 11th?
13th starts at 10.
10th? Okay, cool.
8th, 9th?
And so about 6 blocks.
Yeah. 6 blocks.